Okay. Ballers, basketball players, whatever you're calling yourselves these days. I was a baller too. Basketball. I was 5'8" in 7th grade. Got picked up for the 5 spot. And my fate was sealed from then. And I loved it. Unfortunately, I never grew anymore. And that really wasn't my position. But the negotiations for varsity already happened. So I really only got to play my position in AAU. But I didn't really care because I was going to go to school for academics anyway. But basketball was my life. I loved it. I also did marching band at the same time. But anyway, I had to be practice events for the all-state 6'2", whatever, 5. And, oh, she didn't score on me. And I was mean. I was very mean. I went to the PAL League. I played for schools I didn't even go to, dude. I went to AAU, all-state camp, all of that. And I mean, we were rough on D. Okay? Like football equipment, bodies, all this stuff. The game has changed because the scores, even in high school, varsity girls and boys, are way higher. They're like NBA scores, some of them I'm seeing. And we just played too much defense for it to go above 50. I mean, 50 was like crazy, okay? So, and that happened in the NBA too. So it must be just a trend. But I'm not sure if they changed the rules on you guys like the NBA. From Detroit basketball. Yeah, 2004. Rasheed Wallace trade. Beat Kobe and the Lakers, kept them and whooped them for the championship out of nowhere. Straight sets, kept them under the 80s. Tayshaun Prince guarded Kobe, and he didn't score over 20 points. Okay, after that, then I loved them. I didn't know that because I only watched college basketball. Izzo, MSU, and he's big on D. So, yeah, so they changed the rules, like, basically to get more scoring going on. And because of that team, because we were apparently the worst selling champions, because we just didn't... In Detroit, no. Oh, my God. We love them. I don't even know how many times there's a crew, me and my dudes, and we would, literally Sports Center every single game. Okay, it was like, it got to the point, after 4 years that we were like, dude, this is causing too much anxiety in my life. We need to move on. But anyway, studied the game. I love it, and I coached. Yeah, I was the teacher. I coached girls, but it was in South Phoenix. I was a bilingual education teacher, and they are all Mexican and Tarascan there. And so they had girls basketball in the spring season when it's 100 degrees out. The courts are outside, so we got to practice for maybe 20 minutes in 100 degrees. It was a joke. I was so mad. And then, how disorganized. And then we go to a game with a ref, and supposedly the ref started saying that points in the paint are worth 1 point. With a ref outfit on. I got ejected. I'm sorry. But that's just horrible. But they did have a high quality baseball team, lots of scholarships, things like that. But, yeah. So, I getcha. So what I'm trying to do is basically I wish after high school that I knew about tennis, like USTA and all that. And you can learn at any age. I learned at 37. I'm beating college players. And I'm not even playing right. I'm reteaching myself. Because it's not really whatever. But there's no chance that if you play basketball that you love basketball, that you won't love tennis, because they're the same pace, they're foot, hand, eye. There's more scoring going on continuously. It's action packed, you're going type of thing. It's not like football or soccer or rugby or badminton or football or our football or, rowing or curling or whatever it is where you're like waiting forever for points to happen. It's quick. You're having points all the time. Your mind and your attention are taken. Some of you may like it more, but do not, in my advice, do not play tennis over basketball, because you can't play basketball on a team like past high school really as a woman. Maybe some dudes like rec, but like they're pushing it. Everybody has to come to eventually. Oh, the hockey players, these dudes, these 60-year-olds, they made a migration over to tennis. It was like organized. I know the Godfather guy. He's like, they did it at 60. Probably were pushing it. But basketball, I mean, it's just, you're not going to have as much opportunities. And they both complement the skills. If you learn them concurrently, and you don't even have to play, you can play USTA during the year, during your AAU season or whatever, when you want, and then work on it more. I mean, if you're really good at basketball and you're a good athlete, where, it's the point where your senior year and like they try to trade you to the swim team, like me. I mean, I don't even know my times. I figured out I didn't even know that there was long distance swimming, but I just swim in lakes. But yeah, I think that you could play like in college and get a scholarship, because you don't have to really play on the high school team. You can play the USTA tournaments, and I mean, just win something, and trust me, people will be on your doorstep, and they will be trying to recruit you. They don't recruit to tennis. Tennis is not even on the trade list for, with football, track, cross country, any of that. You go to them, and they say you have to learn it when you're a kid, which is such a lie. Federer played basketball. Nick Kyrgios doesn't even play. Like, he's a Division II player, like college player now. He would have been gone here in America. He didn't want to play tennis. He just was born in Australia. They play like rugby or something there. So it really wasn't an option, I've talked to the dudes that play with him. So he could have been better if he was like in a system where there was more people to play. That's the other thing. When you play tennis, don't ever be like Serena. Don't ever retire. Be like a baller. You're supposed to be whooping asses. Like, that is your job, to always keep playing your best, playing your best defense, playing your best game, so that others get better. And tennis, you can play till like you're 102. I'm not even joking you. They have there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do past a certain age. I mean, my friend's my husband's dad, he like flies planes and stuff like that, but like it's like a constant, like me having to like redo his meds because he needs to pass his licensing or whatever, because he does the gliders, which are like kites. So I mean, tennis is like the only way to keep social. Oh, you can meet people in any city. You just show up. I did travel nursing to Phoenix and Albuquerque, and they just had like free tennis there. I'm from Michigan, so it's like we have a way more active tennis thing going on than they do. If you look at all the USTA numbers, like, don't even pay attention to that. I don't know, like, they'll say like this many people play in this area, but like there was no one in the courts. I played the 4-0 city champion and the 3-5 city champion, and I was like yelling at them like, go in, and I held my serve. I would never even dream of playing a 4-0 dude around here. Okay. So because it's like all rated, so I'm saying like ratings, like those 2.5 is like where you start, like you just started hitting the ball, and you can go to nationals with that. You could just do that. It adds 10 years to your life. So anyway, yeah, there's lots of options. There's teams. You like go on the website, they give you like your ITF and your rating, and you know, we went to regionals, and I was like so upset because it was after the pandemic. I was a nurse too, so I should be upset about other things. But yeah, we were disorganized. They were like serious. Like they had matching outfits, and like I knew we could beat them. I was playing doubles. I always play doubles 3. Why? Because it's like, okay, you have 3 courts and 3 doubles courts, a single court, okay? Whoever wins the most matches, because it's a weird scoring game. It's like a war. Wins the total match, okay? So a lot of and you're supposed to have like singles 1, singles 2, like singles 1 is your best, singles 2 is your second best, doubles 1, doubles 2, like the same thing, like first string, second string, third string. But people like spread the deck a lot. Okay, so it was like my first years, so I was like, well, just put me on doubles 3 to spread the deck, man, because I wanted to serve my way out of 2-5. But they must, because like your rating is based on who you beat, so like how good they are. It has nothing, like our best player didn't move up. I don't know why. She was a singles player, that counts more. She won all of her games. I mean, it's ridiculous. I played like 1 singles game. And so I thought I was going to play singles like next on the team. But I got moved up. So that means that, oh, they were dirty and they were spreading the deck. Oh, yeah, they were. Because it had to be for me to be winning against people in a 3 spot and go up a ranking. And like people were like, congratulations. And I'm like, I just don't, like, I have a teammate. I'm like, I'm not better than her. So I just don't agree with that system. And then I've gone to three cities, and it's wildly different. I don't care what they say on the internet. This is what I have seen with my eyes on the ground floor. Yeah, so if you want to play with someone, just go look at how they play. And if they're nice, like, they'll, like, play with you anyway. Like, my friend Leanne, I thought she was nice, and like she's from a tennis family, so I thought I was gonna beat her because she hasn't played in a while. She played high school, and she brought me cookies and then took me out in straight sets, like Javier Bardem and No Country for Old Men, like a sharpshooter. I was like, who are you? She didn't care at all. I was like, oh. But then I played with her mom, and her mom's like, oh, Leanne, why are you guys playing me so hard still? And she's like, because that's how you played us. That's why we are good at it. She's like 1 of 3. So then I was playing her mom, and she loved it because I got to get past her mom first. So it's one of those sports. It's really cool. You'll meet people. You can meet people anywhere. It's so good for your health. It has a lot of mental benefits. It's more like a martial art, I would say. Yeah, because the hitting, how you hit, like you think you just hit a racket onto a ball. I thought that forever, but it's like a brush. That's why you got to start with the baby balls. So, and there's a million things more we can do. I mean, they just haven't, because it was like they made the current form of tennis, like there was Henry VIII, the dude that like cut everybody's heads off. Then there was like this horrible French Revolution. And then it was like basically like this truce, an oath they made to like, so the aristocrats would do this like pomp and circumstance. And it really, the scoring is like very, it's like a war, because it could be like you're not going to be playing a second half if you've blown them out. Like the match is over. So a match could be 20 minutes to 19 hours, I think. Okay? Because it's always, you always have a chance to win. You could be one hit away from winning after 2.5 hours and lose it all 2.5 hours later. Yeah. So it's like there's pressure at certain points. So you get constantly exposed to high pressure situations, which I found really good for my nervous system. Not my first couple of matches. I was like, I was frozen because I didn't even know what was going on. But yeah, it's great for you. It's fun and ball is life, right? All right. Talk to you later.